Yo guys, JinSwords here. Sorry about the low quality, but I'm going to teach you guys how to do a pseudo-RNG. This is a method that that does not rely at all on using outside stuff such as what are they called? PPRNG or what's the other one? I don't even remember what it is for Windows. Like RNG radar or something, I don't remember. It doesn't use anything outside, and it basically just relies on what the developers used in developing the game, and specifically the IVs that are going to be passed down from each parent onto an egg is already predetermined before you even get the egg. Before the egg even, before they even breed and make the egg. It's already predetermined, and that's really important on how that because you can change that. You can save before you get the egg, and then when you do that, you get the egg. You go to the Battle Institute, you check its IVs, and then you know which ones were passed down from each parent, and when you know which ones are passed down from each parent through the Destiny Knot, and which one it develops on its own, you can plan for that, restart your game, and then get the appropriate Pokemon that have perfect IVs in those stats, and your baby will for sure have perfect IVs in those stats. So for this example, I have two Spindas, just because I caught Spindas just so I can, pseudo-RNG. I do this method. I've done this for currently 2 of my Pokemon that I have IV bred. And of course I have my male Spinda, my female Spinda. They have the same gender ratio. One is holding the Destiny Knot, does not matter which one. And it's important that they have no overlapping IVs and no perfect IVs, because either of those can screw it up, because then you won't know, if they have overlapping IVs, then you won't know which IV, and the baby inherits, let's say your baby gets a 12 IV and HP, and both your parents have an HP IV of 12. You just don't know what parent it came from, in which case you have to plan for, and then when you do it back with whatever Pokemon you actually want to breed, they have, would both have to have perfect HP stat IVs, otherwise the baby might not have it, because you just don't know which one is passing down the HP IV. And it's very like genetics in that, except that, in real life, you can't actually, just not save and restart. Actually, speaking of that, I need to save. So you want to save here before you get the egg. Doesn't matter whether he has the egg ready for you or not. Just gotta find an egg for you. And then basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the egg, we're gonna hatch the egg, and then we're gonna find out what IVs it is. And because I know what IVs the parents are, I would know which 5 were passed down, whether it's HP and attack from the male, and defense, special attack and special defense from the female, while the baby develops its own speed stat that is completely random regardless of the parent stats. So now that we have our egg, we are going to fly to Rumio City, and we're going to do our little egg hatching, and I'm going to speed this up really quickly, just so you guys don't have to bear through the entirety of the egg hatching, because it will take a few minutes. And actually, I'm just not even going to record it, so I'll see you guys then. So right now, and we're back, and the Spinda that I just, got from the guy hatched. So we're not going to give it a nickname. We don't need a nickname. But we do need to, is it this way? Yeah, this way's north. Okay. We want to go to North Boulevard now, and we want to go to the Battle Institute. Alright, this is kind of not exactly north, but it's whatever. We need to go to the Battle Institute, because that does not require a save, and it automatically sets your Pokemon to level 50. So you can tell your IVs much better. So we're going to have to bike all the way over there. Alright, it shouldn't be too long. Just because, Lumio City, it's pretty darn big, but it's not it's not too big. It's not too big. So there it is. We're going to enter here and we're going to check what our IVs are. As you can see, I've got Metal Kid's 6th generation IV calc out already. And we have to make sure that we have 3 Pokemon to enter in to the... I keep pressing deposit Pokemon. We have to have 3 different Pokemon to enter into the competition, so I'll just, you know, I'll bring in my Tyranitar just because Tyranitar is a boss. No, clutch player, not a big deal. So we're going to talk to the lady, try a battle test. We're gonna go single battle test because we only need 3 Pokemon then. And we're going to lead with, yeah, whatever. Okay, and we're going to want to go party Pokemon, of course. And we're going to want to go with Spinda, our Talonflame, and the clutch player. And then she's automatically going to enter us into the thing, but you don't actually have to do all 5 battles just because we're going to restart the instant we see our stats. And now that I think about it, before you do this, you want to check your potential, your nature, which I completely forgot to do, but it's because I'm using Spinda, and it has base 60 stats all around, it's easy to tell. So we're going to go to Pokemon here, so we can see we can enter in, it has 125 HP, it has 67 attack, let's zoom in on that right there. Yeah, I'm sorry this is really low quality, but has 67 attack, it has 71 speed, defense, 72 special attack, and 71 special defense, and 78 speed, and based on this it looks like it's timid, just because it's, all of its stats it has all of the same base stats, but its speed is ridiculously high and its attack is ridiculously low, so we're going to assume that it's timid. We are going to go zoom out again. Alright. We're going to select timid here, which is plus speed minus attack, and then we're going to press the calculate button. So possible IVs, we have 10 or 11 as HP, we have 20 or 21 at attack, 12 to 13 at defense, 14 to 15 special attack, 12 to 13 special defense, and 12 to 13 speed. Let's see, 10 or 11, that matches my male, Spinda, which has a base HP stat of 10, so we're going to write that down, absolutely, gotta record that. And then it has an attack stat of 20 or 21, and my male's attack stat is 4, and my female's attack stat is 12, so that's definitely the one that the baby made for itself. So whatever Pokemon you're breeding, it's automatically going to have an attack stat of 20 or 21, which is, it's pretty important. If you want a Tyranitar and you're doing a physical Tyranitar, you probably don't want to, use this egg. If you don't like what stat the baby gets for itself, because it's not 31, you can absolutely just restart, get the egg, deny it, and then do this technique all over again until you get a desired stat. But if you're doing this for a special sweeper, something maybe like Rotom Wash, where its attack stat really doesn't matter, then this is perfect. It doesn't matter what the attack's IV is, because you're not going to be using it. So moving right down the list, we have a defense stat of 12 or 13, which matches my male. So right now we have male, 21 or 20, male, and then special attack is 14 or 15, which matches my female. 12, 13 special defense matches my male, and 12, 13 speed Oh, okay. Alright, so it actually turned out that I did not do it wrong. It did not do it right. It was not timid. It was actually modest. Because if you look at this, the attack stat was its own stat, which was independent of both my male and my female, which means that neither the male nor female father had it. But the same was for the speed stat, which means that two of the stats of the Spinda would have had to have been, acquired by itself, which means that it did not come from either of the parents, which means that I definitely had to have made a mistake, and I changed it to modest, just because, that's the next high special attack, and attack is still by far the lowest. And we calculate that, and now it looks much better. 10 or 11 HP, that comes from the male. 20, 21, that's the random one that comes by itself. 12, 13 comes from the male. 2 to 3 also comes from the male, which means that HP, defense, and special attack all come from the male. Special defense of 12, 13 also comes from the male, whereas the speed stat of 26, 27 comes from the female, who has a speed stat of 26. Speed IV of 26, excuse me. This means that you want your male to have perfect HP, perfect defense, perfect special attack, and perfect special defense, while you want your female to just have perfect speed. It doesn't matter what its IVs are. Your female could have a perfect stat IV in every single one of these stats, but the only one that would get passed down is the speed, just because of the way the game was programmed. So we're gonna go back and take a look at what Pokemon I have that that follow this, and of course you're gonna want to restart without saving. That's why you didn't need to do the entire battle test. You just need to see your stats quickly. So we're gonna restart a game, of course. Oh, just that glowing orb gets me every time. It looks so cool. Alright, so we're going to want to check, as you can see right here now, there is no egg. And that is absolutely fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. And we're going to check what Pokemon of ours has, what has a male that has, those 4 perfect IVs. I have Azumarill. In fact, most of my Pokemon I have the Hitmontop. Actually, no. Because we want a special thing, because we need HP, defense, special attack, special defense, male, which means that not Hitmontop, because as you can look by marking I have, oops, drop in the stylus. As you can see, we have HP stat right there, then attack, then defense, then special attack, then special defense, then speed. That's how I use my marking, and it's a really efficient marking system. So you can easily tell what Pokemon has what IVs, and you don't have to do the name rater thing. I do that with my Dittos too. I don't want to have to go to the name rater every time I catch a Ditto just to change it to an HP attack. I mean, what if you get a 6 IV Ditto? You just can't write them all, where you can with marking. Blaziken does not have that special attack. Charizard doesn't have the special attack. Neither does Scizor. Ooh, but this Noivern does. It has the HP, it has the defense, it has the special attack, and the special defense. I mean, of course it is a 5 IV thing, so of course it's going to. Just because I wouldn't use it if it weren't. Do we have anything else? We have the Excadrill. That also... Oh no, I take it back, not the Excadrill. Not Lucario. Lucario doesn't have the HP or special defense. And we have Gardevoir. So we could do Gardevoir as our male, or Noivern as our male. I guess we could also do Ferroseed here, or this Fennekin that I have here. If you look at all of them, right, they all have perfect HP, perfect defense, perfect special attack, and perfect special defense. Not necessarily perfect speed. And now we just need to find a female to go with it that has just perfect speed. All it needs to have is perfect speed, and it has to be able to breed with one of these things. So we're going to take a look at some of the Pokemon that we have. Gotta see that box. There it is. Ooh, that's not very clear, but let's see. We have Fletchinder. Nope, that's not female. We do Dratini, but Dratini doesn't breed with any of those Pokemon. And although Noivern is a Dragon type, it is only in the egg group of Flying. I have made that mistake before. Nothing there. I have some females here, although none of them are going to be able to breed, just because Ferroseed is in the Mineral. This Noivern is in the Flying. This thing is in, I think, just the Field. and Gardevoir is in, I believe, the Amorphous, and possibly Fairy, I don't know. So we could use a female, Noivern to breed with another Noivern just to get a, another 5 IV Noivern, and that's going to be really easy to do. Or we could do Fletchling to get a perfect special attacking Fletchling if you like that. We could use this special, to get a special Blaziken. I have this one right here that is the perfect speed IV and is female Torchic. So we could do that, and try to breed it with, I believe, the Fennekin there. Or you could, or I guess I could also do, no, I don't have any female Charmanders that have the perfect speed stat. See anything else female? I have Charmeleons. I don't have that many females here. Nope. Gyarados is attack and defense. Diggersby does not have the special ability, so it stinks. Alright, so that pretty much leaves us with a Torchic, and so basically we have this Torchic. This is the one that has perfect speed, and we're going to breed it with the Fennekin. I believe they do breed. You have to make sure that they do breed, otherwise it's not going to work. These Pokemon don't breed if they can't breed, right? With each other. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is, and then you just have to, breed your two things, right? And you gotta breed them. You gotta breed the Fennekin with the Torchic, give one of them the Destiny Knot. It does not matter which one, and the other one, the Everstone if you want, if you want a timid one, which would probably be a little better than an adamant one if you want a special attacking one. You'd want to give the Everstone to the Fennekin, which is timid, and the Destiny Knot to the Torchic, which is adamant. So yeah, so basically if we bred those, which I'm not actually going to do just because I don't want to, and it would take a while, and I don't want to do that, we would get a Torchic with possibly Blaze or Speed Boost, just because we don't know. That would be absolutely timid, have an absolutely perfect HP stat, have a 31 IV HP, have 20 or 21 attack, 31 defense, 31 special attack, 31 special defense, and 31 speed, which it gets from the female. And this is basically a pretty easy guide to Pseudo-RNGing. It is called Pseudo-RNGing because it's not actually RNGing like the ways that people would do it in 4th and 5th, and I think 3rd gen too. And so that's pretty much how it's done. You can of course do this as many times as you want, rinse and repeat if you don't like the egg. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. And you can absolutely look this up. Other people have, done their own versions of guides online, on YouTube, But thank you guys for watching, and see you all later, YouTube.